So hello guys, welcome back. We are here for the third race in the season in OFR Formula 1 Division 1. First race of today, we've got Division 2 a little bit later on. You've got Dr. Robot and Fifi here today. How you doing, Fifi?
I'm alright. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good, good. You excited for the race?
Of course I am. It will be a very interesting one, a difficult track, Spa, not easy at all, a very long one as well. It's going to be interesting to see how drivers are going to do this race.
Yeah, it's only 22 laps, but it's about 1 minute 50 or something like that, a lap race pace at the beginning, so it does drag on a little bit, and it's really hard for drivers to kind of keep their concentration on such a long track. So easy to make a mistake, and some of these corners are so unforgiving that could actually see a lot of DNFs here.
Yeah, especially through the difficult parts of the circuit like Radilon and Puon. Very hard corners to get right. Will be interesting to see.
Yeah, and some of them as well are just so easy to get wrong. So Eau Rouge Radion, for example, like you said, if you're following or trying to go side by side through there, instant death. You're going to hit the wall. You're going to DNF.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good thing. Other than that, I would say, yeah, definitely Puon, or however you say it, turn 10 and 11. They're a really easy place. If you touch the curb there, you'll get so much oversteer, you'll lose the rear, and you're possibly going to hit a wall as well because the track is really narrow on the left-hand side. But other than that, I think it should be a pretty clean race, provided these guys do tend to drive clean. If someone tries a dive bomb at the bus stop chicane, the last two corners, expect to see some damage there. And it's even quite hard to get into the pit lane here as well. We saw last season some drivers, if you're on the outside and you try to get into the pit lane, you're going to cut across the track and block some drivers. And we also saw some stewards giving out penalties last season because of that as well. So yeah, they definitely need to keep it clean. So what are your predictions for quali? Who do you think is going to take it?
ITAT seems really strong around this track, as always. But so does Atomic and Leaf. They seem pretty rapid around this track. Would be interesting to see a pretty fair fight.
So, from my observations throughout the week in special events, practice sessions, that kind of thing, the fastest I've seen so far is Atomic. He set a 1:41.8, and it was this morning actually. And this was the first time he's actually come on F1 all week because he's been on holiday. So if he can do something like that, I think he definitely has the pace to get pole. Like you said, Liv is also one to look out for. He's like kind of like the dark horse. He doesn't really show up to practice, comes in on race day and just sets the fastest lap. And Izat, of course, reigning champ. Twice OFR champion. Yeah, he's definitely got what it takes to win. So I'm just riding on board with Atomic right now, who's on his hot lap. He's not the first guy on track, but I will stick with him for now. He goes through turn 1, he goes down to gear 2, early upshift into gear 3. Oh, and he's got massive oversteer, and he's lost the lap already at turn 1. Wow. So in that case, I'm going to jump to one of the Mercedes. I'm going to jump to Havoc, who seems to be on a hot lap right now. So Havoc is filling in for Vilsek, who can't make the race because he's in the middle of a house move at the moment. Hopefully he's watching this stream from his hotel. Vilsek, if you're here, we miss you. Atomic, yeah, he is on a hot lap right now. He's at turn 10, sorry, in 7th gear, drops it down to 3rd into 2nd also, and does an early upshift back into 3rd. Now he's approaching this really hard corner with no name, turn 9. He gets through it pretty well, actually. That's the best he's done it all week, I would say. And now here he comes into the really fast left-hander, just a slight lift and then back on the throttle. He's on the throttle a little bit too late there, but you need to avoid that curve because that is where you can lose the car completely if you touch it. Coming into turn 12 and 13 now, you want to stick to the inside as much as you can through this chicane because you need to get on that throttle nice and early. He's got traffic in front of him, pitch black moving to the right side of the track there just in time as Havoc turns in at turn 14 and starts his sector 3. Now this is where you need as much of your ERS left as possible because you have basically a really long straight. I know there are 2 corners here, but it's just flat out completely and you don't lose too much speed in the corners actually. So you need to make sure you've got enough ERS because if you start to run out now, that's pretty much the lap over. You're going to be losing around half a second here. Coming up to the bus stop chicane, he brakes just after the 100 meter board, locks up that front right, still manages to get it turned in. Izat's gone fastest with a 1:42.9 on the mediums, and now Havoc is about to cross the line. And what time does he set? He's gone second with a 1:44.5. That's not a bad time. That's more of a D2 type of time right there. He's going to have to do a lot more to keep up with these D1 guys, but that's not a bad time.
Indeed.
So
Aiding with a 1:43.6.
And Emir with a 1:43.5 as well, another D2 driver. So just to let you guys know, it's Emir, it's Havoc, it's Tom, And there's one more, and J-Boy. All of these drivers are from D2 or D3, and they're filling in for their D1 cross-division teams because some of these guys can't make it. But that's a really competitive time from J-Boy as well, at 1:44.2 on the medium tyres. That's a really fast time as well.
Yeah, Amir surprisingly in P2.
Ooh, Scotty
Really
spun.
strong lap time.
I've just caught Scotty on the entry into No Name. He's actually spun on track and he's got a Mercedes coming past him right now. He's lost all of his front right wing. There's just one winglet left there and he's going to have to come straight back into the pits. Now, in terms of strategies, so we've seen this a lot from Izat this season. He is not qualifying on the optimal tyre. He's going for the slower tyre and finishing on the faster tyre at the end of the race. Now, how far do you reckon the soft tyres could go in this race?
Soft tires maximum around 7 or 8 laps, but they really start to wear off after lap 6, and the medium starts to become much faster. So Isa might be on a winning strategy.
Yeah, so that medium soft then, if he can go 15 laps on the mediums, that will just leave him with 7 on the softs, and although his last lap will be pretty slow, it should be doable. He may be on that winning strategy again. Now Atomic is on an out lap. He's on the soft tyre, so it looks like he is going to try and commit to this soft medium or soft hard, depending on when the safety car and things come out. So if Izat does start on the mediums and Atomic qualifies ahead of him, do you think Atomic will win the race, or do you think Izat's strategy is better?
Izat can make anything work. He's a really fast and consistent driver. I think he can beat Atomic in this race.
Yeah, me too. As fast as Atomic is, some people are calling him the most improved OFR driver. It used to be Vilsec, but he's not shown up recently, so it's been passed over to Atomic. I definitely think Atomic has what it takes, but Izak just has that consistency to be able to win a race, especially when he's in the top 3 starting. Stinson would have been one of the guys to take it away from him today, but unfortunately he's away, and he's got Tom filling in from it at the moment. So it looks like it's going to be either Liv, Izat, or Atomic. I reckon that's going to be the top 3 winners today. Shout out to Showtime who's joined us in the stream. Thank you for tuning in. And we're just, let me see if I can ride on board with someone on a hot lap right now. It looks like Izat might be on one. Let me see if I can switch to him. He is on a hot lap and he's still on those medium tyres again. He's got a lot of ERS left. We've got a yellow in sector 3. It's one of the Williams travelling slowly. I don't think he's in the pit lane, but he was going slowly there. And now Atomic is starting his hot lap as well. So let's just stick with Izat for now as he is coming up to finish his lap. And let's see if he can improve on his time at 1:42.9 on the medium tyre. He's going for it. And let's see if he can improve. He's gone fastest. He's gone 4/10 quicker, a 1:42.5 now instead of a 1:42.9. So he is improving, and that's still quite an impressive lap to try and beat on soft tyres. Not seeing any laps from Lika right now as well, who's just coming up for his end of his lap, actually. Let's see what time he can do. He opens up his DRS, and he crosses the line with a 1:43.8, and that's on the medium tyres too, so he's looking possibly to do a medium soft strategy, but there is still time left for another hot lap. I'm going to jump back down to Atomic just to see how he's getting on with his soft tyres. He's just coming through turn 8 right now, coming up to No Name. Flies through it, stays in 4th gear and gets early on that throttle, pushes it a little bit wide but doesn't invalidate. He's on for a good lap so far. Let's see how he gets through these 2 really quick left-handers. Slight lift and full throttle immediately as soon as he hits that apex at turn 10. He's on a far better lap than his first time. He was only on... Oh, he hasn't even set a lap time now, actually. He's taken a bit too much curb, I would say, there at turn 12, but he's managed to recover as he comes through turn 14 as he's starting his final sector now. He's gone purple in the middle sector as well, so expect to see a low 1:42 right now, or even possibly a 1:41 as he's coming through the really fast left-hander at turn 16 and 17. You can see there he's almost exhausted all of his ERS. He's got about 5% of it left in terms of how much he can discharge this lap. Turns in at the bus stop chicane here. Doesn't take any of that inside curve, not to unsettle the car. He's a bit snappy on the throttle as he comes out of it, but he's going to cross the line in first, but he's gone second. Only a 1:42.6 on that soft tyre. Wow, he's at set an impressive time then if Atomic can't challenge him.
Yeah, I think it's onto the pole and potentially the race win. No one seems to be able to challenge him.
And all those guys that are starting on those soft tyres, if there is a safety car within the first 5 laps, it would make sense for them to pit, and it would also make sense for them to avoid the mediums and go straight onto the hards. And the hard tyre is definitely not a race tyre. It's slow, it's slippy, it takes a very long time to heat up. You normally have to wait until sector 3 to put some heat into the tyres, and it's not going to be an optimal tyre. So if there is a safety car, everyone starting on softs may be screwed.
Yeah, but if there is a safety car around lap 5 or 6, the soft runners will definitely have an advantage, as they can get on to the mediums much quicker.
Yeah. So if it's within the first 5, they may be disadvantaged, but outside the top 5, the first 5 laps, sorry, they might have an advantage over the medium starters there, because the mediums definitely don't want to pit on around lap 5, because they will be forced to go to that hard compound all the way to the end there, and again, not what you want to do. So I'm riding on board with Santu right now, another really fast driver, definitely got pace to get top 3 here. He's on his hot lap right now, he's done his out lap already, and he is on those soft tyres. Now I reckon he's going to be able to set a 142. I think he definitely has the pace for that. I don't think he could get into the 141s, but I am perfectly happy to have my opinion changed. Let's see how he gets on as he comes through these really fast left-handers. A perfect place to heat up those right tyres here. He's almost run out of ERS as well, as he's coming up to the bus stop chicane now. Let's see where he brakes just after the 100 metre ball. That's very late braking, big lock up on the front right there, but he's still committing to the lap. Lock up on the front left. He's got a horrible exit out of turn 19 there. Let's see what lap time he can do as he sticks to the right side of the track. He's gone 4th fastest, a 1:42.9. He's behind Liv and Atomic right now. If he can get a decent start, he may be able to jump these guys, because he will be starting on the left hand side of the grid. He will have the outside line there. But yeah, not a bad lap from Santi, and a pretty good one in fact.
I reckon he can go much faster.
I think so too. He is going to have time to set in one more hot lap. It'd be nice to get an info on what the weather's going to be like. Let's see if we've got anything from our commentator. Oh, sorry, commentators,
all dry.
All dry.
It's
okay.
all dry.
That means D2 is probably going to be cursed with wet weather. Interesting.
Choice.
But all dry. So yeah, it looks like the medium, starting on the medium tyre, might be the best strategy here.
Yeah, but that safety car could come at any place and time.
It could,
especially in the first laps.
And
when
sorry, go ahead.
When the field is bunched up, safety cars are extremely prone.
Yes, indeed. So, out of the 18 drivers so far, we have 17 of them setting a hot lap. ISRL German hasn't set one yet, but he is out on track right now, so let's just quickly jump to him in the Ferrari and see how he's getting on. He is on a hot lap, he's just coming through the chicane after the Kemmel straight right now at 5 and 6. Turns in at 7. You can actually go full throttle through there if you have a really wide entry into turn 7. You may suffer a little bit from the entry, but you'll definitely gain more speed on the exit there as he goes through turn 8. And now he goes through No Name at 9. He has got on the throttle a bit too late there, and his rear was sliding out a little bit, and that's going to affect his run down into these really fast left-handers here at 10 and 11. I don't think he fully lifted. I think he stayed half on the throttle there. I've not seen anyone do that yet. That was remarkable as he comes up to turn 12 and 13 now. Really tricky chicane to get right. He is on medium tyres as well, although it's currently saying he's on softs on the telemetry on the left-hand side. Now, he's gone a little bit wide there, but manages to avoid his lap being invalidated, and he is looking like he could be in the top 5 here on these medium tyres. If he can set a 142, that will be an impressive lap from him as well. He did win the race, the season opener in Austria, let's not forget. He is a very, very quick driver. Brakes at about 80 metres there, turns in, big lock up on the front right. Let's hope he can get it turned. No, he suffered from late braking there as he flies it through the final corner. He's going to have lost about half a second there. He crosses the line only in 11th, a 1:43.7. I bet he's going to be disappointed with that final chicane there.
And while we were on board with German, Itza set the fastest time on softs. So
his
strategy maybe changed.
Oh, here we go. He's just coming through now, up to the final chicane. It doesn't look like he's lifting at all. It looks like he's going for it. He's in the pits. So he according to this, he didn't set a faster time. He's still got the mediums as his fastest lap.
That's weird. For me, it shows that Codemaster.
Yeah, so he's currently got softs fitted. I think you need to change your telemetry to best.
Yeah.
I think that will sort out.
Yeah,
but
but
is it still saying that?
Never mind.
Never mind. Codemasters.
No. Good masters, yes.
Masters of code, they are not. Right.
Indeed.
Now we've got YBN invalidating on his outlap. He's currently slowest with a 150.5, so that means something's gone wrong with his time. He's currently on the soft tyre though, and he is on an outlap, so he will be setting his fastest lap now. This is the last chance he's going to get. Let's not forget these lap times are around a 1 minute 40, and he's only 2 minutes 40 left in the session. So if he doesn't do it now, that's it for him. He's looking really loose on the throttle actually. He's losing the rear as he's coming out of the final corner. Into turn 1 he goes, no lockup. He drops it down to first here, 2 early upshifts into 3 there. He's got OFR Leaker in front of him, and Leaker's currently in P9. I know he can go faster than that. If you could quickly just check what tyres Leaker is on to see if he's going to stick with that medium strategy, that would be great. Oh, I know! Oh, he's lost the wing! YBN's gone straight into the wall. He's not going to be able to set a time now, and he's going to have to come back to the pits and retire his car.
Leica has softs fitted, new soft.
Great, and is Izak coming back out? Izak's got softs fitted as well. He's come out now of the pit lane, and he is on a on an out lap. He will make it. Atomic's in the pits, and he's staying in the pits. Oh no, he's out! Atomic's just come out now to set his final lap. Is he going to make it? I don't know. I don't think he'll be able to.
Oh, he has enough time. I thought he was just coming up.
Oh,
That's enough time.
Let's see. I'm just trying to see who else is on a hot lap right now. But let's ride on board with Simon, who's just started his hot lap right now. We've got a yellow in Sector 3 that has been clicked. Oh no, there's a McLaren in front of Simon who I think has just blocked him slightly. It was a Mir. Simon's not going to be able to make it to the end now. I think he's going to be quite annoyed with that.
He abandoned it.
Yeah, he's abandoned the lap. He is not going to be happy with that. Liv is just coming through Radeon now. Who are you looking at?
Scotty at the moment just started his fastest, his flying lap on soft.
So this is his final chance as well. So if you could just keep an eye on Izat and Lika, just let me know where they are on track right now. Not Izat and Lika, sorry, Izat and Havoc. So it looks like one of the Mercedes is about to finish his hot lap.
Havoc is just after that run.
So it must be Lika then. Lika's just starting. Yes, it is Lika going into turn 1 now. So you keep an eye on Izat and let me know when he's coming up to the bus stop chicane. YBN Stevens has retired from the session. He's blocking the pit lane right now. ISRL Gurman has retired as well, so he's going to be happy with his 143.7 on the mediums. Lika's just coming up through Eau Rouge and Radeon now. He's flying through there right now on those soft tyres, looking like he's on a pretty decent lap. DRS is just flicked open, and of course you can't switch your ERS to overtake now in this game, but I'm sure he will be maxing out his energy as much as he possibly can.
Is at just starting his lap. He's in La Source, just past La Source, coming into Radilon.
And Atomic's got a huge lockup as he's just going through turn 1 as well. So Atomic's going to be starting his lap now. So we're going to be watching Izat, Atomic, and Lika right now, as Liv is coming up to the final chicane right now as well. So this is going to be Liv's fastest lap if he can improve. Let's see if he can do it. Lock up at turn 18, flies through 19, takes a nice amount of curb, and he's nice and early on that throw, early upshift into third. Let's see if he can do it. He goes fastest, a 142.1, so he currently has pole position. Liv in the McLaren there. We're going to keep an eye on the guys that are coming up. It's Atomic, he's just gone through turn 7. Izat's not too far ahead, going through No Name. Shorty's in the pits, and Santu is just coming around the final 2 corners now as well. Let's see what Santu can do. He could improve on his 142.9 currently, coming up to the bus stop chicane now. Doesn't lock up this time. Gets a nice entry into turn 19 too. Squirting that throttle. No early upshift. He's really pushing his car as much as he can. And he goes 4th fastest at 142.7. I'm not sure who's going to be next. I think it's going to be Lika. Let me jump to him now. He's coming through the final chicane. Here he is. Let's see if he can improve. He's a bit late on the throttle there. 2 early upshifts and he crosses the line with 5th fastest at 142.8. And now I'm going to jump to Izat, who is going to be next to cross the line. Yes, it is going to be him. If you could just tell me...
just set 142.4.
Ooh, he's gone 2nd fastest. Good job, AJ. Let's see if Izat can beat that then. He's currently in P3. Let me know who's behind Izat right now.
It's Renault, it's Atomic.
It's Atomic. Okay, so Izat's about to cross the line. He was on a 142.5 on the mediums. He's gone fastest at 141.8. Good job there, Izat. And it's going to be Atomic, the only person that can challenge him right now. Let's see if he can do it. He's not improved. He stayed with a 142.5. So it's Izat on pole, Liv in second, and AJ came out of nowhere and set that 142.4 on the soft tyre. So look at that. No one in the top 10 is starting on that medium tyre. Everyone's committed to the soft.
Yeah, interesting strategy.
Very interesting strategy. Very interesting indeed. So, just looking at the sector times as well, Izat wasn't fastest in the first sector. It was actually the Ferrari of AJ who was fastest in the first sector. AJ set a 29.8, whereas Izat only set a 29. AJ set a 29.83 and Izat set a 29.84. In the second sector, he was almost half a second quicker than AJ, and it was in the final sector as well. He was 4 tenths up on AJ's time, and I think that's what got him that amazing lap time, a 1:41.8. The only guy to break the 1:42s. Good job.
Yeah, really impressive.
So no penalties or anything like that. All 18 drivers managed to get through qualifying. Slowest time was a 1:50 by YBN. He had a really difficult time. And I want to give a shout out to Rubs as well, who can't make it today. So yeah, if you're watching the stream or watching it a bit later on, we do miss you there. And he's at 1:41.8. What a time. That was quicker than Atomic's fastest time this morning in practice session, actually. So yeah, decent. Very decent.
Yes.
Just quickly check the race director. Izat just did a medium soft tyre, so he's going to have 2 softs left in the race if he needs to switch them, and 1 fresh medium. Scotty did a medium and 2 softs, and I can't see it now because it's moved to the next stage. So yeah, very good time. Very good time.
I predict a really interesting race.
I think so as well. Chances of a big turn 1 Grosjean catastrophe, I think, are pretty high.
A lot, yes.
It's really, because it's kind of downhill, it's really hard to see the braking points if you've got cars in front of you. Like, you cannot see the braking boards on the left hand side of the track if you start on the right hand side of the grid and there's cars ahead of you. So expect to see some guys losing some bits of wing. Probably get a few controllers thrown at TVs and stuff like that as well. Chances of a safety car, I reckon, yes, they're going to be high.
Yeah, really high.
I think definitely in the first 6 laps, something's going to happen through Eau Rouge. 2 people are going to get side by side. One of them's going to come out worse. One of them's going to hit the wall.
Yeah, like last season in Division 2, a extremely big crash happened in Eau Rouge, and like 2 or 3 drivers went out. So, and considering there's some D2 and D3 drivers in this lobby, I see a big chance of that happening too.
Yeah, so, I mean, most of the drive... Sorry, I just read a comment from Super Bounty saying, Tom deserves a point just for being here. Yeah, if only, some consolation points. Sorry, I've lost what you were saying. What did you say, sorry?
About the
the D2 and the D3 drivers. Yeah, so I think the drivers that are racing from D2 and D3. So we have Tom, we have Havoc, we have J-Boy and Amir. All of them very clean, very respectful, very fair drivers. In terms of are they D1 pace, some of them J-Boy definitely. The others definitely D1 midfield somewhere. Consistency, it's definitely up there again in the midfield. Maybe they'll be finishing around 10th, 9th or 8th place. But J-Boy is one of these drivers who is in D3, and I think he's misplaced. I definitely think he has what it takes to at least be at the top of D2, if not somewhere around the midfield in D1. So we do need to consider things like promotions. As we are now coming up to the 3rd race, of course, this is where we will be considering these things. Now, just to remind you guys, we do have D2 starting in 1 hour and a half. Where we've got a full grid there actually, so make sure you tune into that. And I think AJ and Lika, 2 guys that are racing here, are going to be commentating there as well. And then tomorrow, we've got Shorty leaving the session. Oh no, I'll invite him back now. And then tomorrow we've got 2 GTS races in Brazil. It's Gran Turismo Sport. We've got the D3 race at Spa again, and then we've got our new division starting at 10 p.m. UTC, where all assists are allowed, and we've got a full grid there as well. And that's happening in the Netherlands at Belgium in Spa 2. So if you do want to tune into those, be my guest. But you excited for the race?
Extremely interesting.
Yep, so let's get some predictions for individual drivers. It looks like everyone's just going to be doing the one-stop strategy, so let's forget the pit-stop strategies for now. But where do you think Atomic's going to finish, bearing in mind he's qualified P4?
I think he has the pace of finishing on the podium. If he doesn't do something stupid like a crash or something, he definitely has the pace on finishing on podium.
Absolutely, and we've got some people as well in the chats telling us to keep an eye on Amir. Now, Amir, definitely one of the cleanest drivers I've ever raced with. We raced yesterday in a special event actually, and we were almost side by side into Eau Rouge every single lap in the rain. It was intermediates the entire time. It was a very wet track, and he is so fast, no assist. He's so clean as well. So he could be looking at a D1 promotion after this race as well. So yeah, we will definitely keep an eye out on him, Yuval. Thanks for pointing that out. Another person that we need to keep an eye on as well is AJ. Now he's qualified P3. He is of course a previous D1 champion. He missed last season because of some network issues, but he's back. His consistency doesn't seem to have returned with him, but his pace is definitely still there. So if AJ keeps his consistency this race, do you think he'll be able to finish in the top 3? If not, grab a pole.
If he keeps his consistency, English, we don't do that here. If he is consistent, he definitely has the pace to finish on the podium. But that's the thing, he's usually not that consistent.
Yeah. Let's hope he's got his mojo back as we see Scotty disqualified. He must have come into contact with someone, but it's only him on the grid actually, so I'm not sure who he came into contact with. Maybe he hit a wall or something, I don't know. But he is going to have super cold tyres at the start of the grid. You can see him already sitting on the grid right now, and we've not even got to sector 3 yet, so unlucky for him. And there's such a long straight from the 3rd sector all the way down to the start-finish straight, so yeah, unlucky. Now, last prediction, let's talk about Lika. So this is actually his 102nd race in OFR. He's been with us since the very beginning. He's got the most points than anyone collectively, than anyone in the entirety of OFR across any division. So yeah, he's a very good driver. He's not qualified as fast as he could have done, I don't think. He started in P6. Do you think he'll be able to get into the top 5, if not top 3?
There's definitely going to be some crashes up top, so Lilika is a pretty clean driver, so I think he has the pace to get into the top 5.
And let's talk drama quickly before the start of the race. Now, we know there was a bit of a kerfuffle, let's call it that, between him and Atomic. Atomic leaving his team in GTS, these two having a bit of a fallout off track as well, and them coming into contact every race of the season so far. There was a big incident at Baku in the preseason, another big incident in Austria. I'm not sure if there was one last week in Zandvoort, but yeah, these guys need to keep it clean, and they're quite close to each other on track as well.
Right behind each other.
Yeah, I don't think that the tension is fully settled between those two yet, but let's wait and see. So we're just waiting for the lights to turn on now. I've turned on all the telemetry, guys. We'll keep it on the interval for now and the position change just to see how it gets on, but it has been very buggy the first lap, so apologies if it breaks again. Again, Codemasters, please respect your name. And we're just waiting for these cars to start now. I'll ride on board with Liv. If you can keep an eye on last place and just ride on board with them and let me know if you see any incidents ahead, that would be great. And okay. Where are these lights? Everyone is lined up. And we're just sat here waiting. We've got...
Steven's car is a bit glitchy. He's like jumps out forward and backward.
Yeah, everyone seems to. Let me just cycle through them quickly. Everyone seems to be in their slot. We've got a little bit of jumpy going from Shorty as well. I just think it's general network. Let's just wait a minute and see what happens.
If not, we have to restart the lobby.
Yeah, we will have to restart. We've just been asked by Atomic if we're restarting. Let's just wait. It currently says we're on lap 2 as well. Not sure what that is. Let's just see if the division managers have said anything. We're still just sat here right now, waiting. I think this might have something to do with Shorty leaving the lobby and joining back. It basically might not be registering his car. And it currently says Scotty's done 1 lap as well. Let's see if anyone's got any advice in the stream. Let's see what's going on. Liv is in overtake mode. That's great to know. Oh yeah, Liv's got his overtake switched on. Oh no, if your overtake's on before the race starts, it gets stuck on the entire race. You have to leave and come back. And it doesn't look like these cars are moving. So we might have to restart.
In 2019, the bug fix for this was to press the PS button and like get back into the game, and the lights will show up just for you. That was the fix of the 19, but
okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, an error has occurred. I've been kicked. Oh, the game crashed. Okay, you're right.